There is a brand new scenery coming out in Clash of Clans, and today we're going to be reviewing it so you can see whether or not you should buy it. The first thing to see is the selection screen, and it looks pretty awesome already. I mean, it's not the legendary scenery, but it also doesn't cost the same as a Mediterranean platter, so it's got something going for it. At first impression, the scenery looks really similar to the other Halloween sceneries, which is a good thing. I like when you can look at a scenery and immediately know what the theme is. I mean, take notes, jungle scenery. There are also a lot of other cool aspects about the scenery. Like on the bottom left, we have a jack-o'-lantern tree type area. I mean, I don't know what it is, but the vibe is really cool. We also have the mule from the clan games making itself really useful by taking a wagon off the screen and then bringing it back on the screen and dropping off a goblin. If we follow the goblin, we can see that it eventually goes towards the entrance of a castle that is usually closed. Then the trapdoor opens up and some bats come out and start to chase him, and then he runs into the castle. Kind of like how I started running when my mom started chasing me after I tried to clean the bathroom with a hand shower, which eventually led to me flooding the basement. Childhood. On the top side of the base, we have a barbarian minion king that is sitting on top of his throne. At least I think that's him. It looks pretty similar. On the right side, we have another castle with some gargoyle looking boys in the front. But the craziest thing about this part of the scenery is the fact that there is a really sneaky barbarian that pranked a giant inside of it. The giant, in a frenzy, could not find anything but a banana to chase the barbarian with, so you can see them actually running in front of the castle and then going back into it through the side. Then they go into the bottom right window first, and then onto the rampart by the edge of the scenery, and then the top window on the right side before going back to the front. Luckily, there were not many bananas in my house as a kid, so this does not trigger any memories. On the bottom right side, we have a super witch that is starting some ritual, but sometimes the ritual does work and the souls actually come out once the green light comes on. And those souls, this is actually really important, those souls are something that we all know really well. It is the druid pre-nerf. That's right, the druid is now dead, and the super witch is trying to revive the druids because if she doesn't, she knows that she risks becoming completely irrelevant. Last but not least, there are some blue one-eyed birds that are flying around the place, and I don't know what these are a reference of, but I do know that they are in dire need of some Ozempic. These birds are completely huge. Apart from these secrets, the music itself is pretty harrowing, as you guys can hear from the background right now. You know, we have some bells, we have some opera, we have some nerf druids screaming in the background. Overall, it really fits the atmosphere. Now, before I talk about the verdict, a lot of you have been claiming that, you know, now that I have a creator code, I switched up, I'm making all these types of videos. And guys, that's not the case. I just have early access to things now, and I can actually make videos when I'm excited and while everybody else doesn't have videos about them. We will 100% still have analysis videos. I mean, we have the equipment ranking video coming out tomorrow, but let me know if you guys like these types of videos on top of what we are already doing. And in terms of the scenery, in my opinion, I actually really like this scenery. I think it's very cool, and if you're a fan of Halloween, I think it is something that you should definitely consider getting because it'll match your vibe. But if you prefer features and more animated things in your scenery, then maybe you should start saving up for the next legendary scenery. Whatever you do decide to do, I'd appreciate it if you use code BD in the shop. Oh, and if you have to choose between the skins and the scenery, I would definitely go with the skins. You guys already know how I feel about these skins. I really like them, but if you haven't seen that video, then you should check out this one right here where I break down the skins as well as the October Gold Pass changes.